I'm joined on the set now by our business editor, Charles Pellegrin. Hi, Charles.
Hi, Jeannie.
Today, we are really seeing the confluence of business and politics because you're going to be talking about financial backers of the U.S. presidential campaign.
That's right. Joe Biden has dropped out. Kamala Harris is primed to be the Democratic candidate that will be facing Donald Trump. And now campaign fundraising is in full swing again, especially on the Democratic side, where Joe Biden's withdrawal from the race has led to a record $50 million in donations to the Democratic side. And one source of such campaign funds on either side is Silicon Valley and the U.S. tech sector. Historically, this has been a liberal bastion, but today there is a significant portion of that industry that is getting behind Donald Trump. The biggest example of which is obviously the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and social media platform X, Elon Musk, reportedly willing to donate $45 million a month to the Trump Vance ticket. But for more on this, Michael Fertik joins us on set. He is a Silicon Valley venture capitalist, the founder and managing partner of Heroic Ventures. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Charles.
So Musk and quite a few other big names in the tech scene, often linked to billionaire Peter Thiel, have endorsed Trump that was before Biden dropped out. Do you see that changing the cards a little bit, the fact that the Democratic candidate is no longer Biden?
No, I think that there will be very little change between Biden and Harris vis-a-vis Silicon Valley support for Republicans and Democrats. So basically, Silicon Valley will still largely support the Democratic ticket, whoever it is. But something did change 8 years ago when Peter Thiel started to fund Donald Trump. He was an outlier. He was really very much sort of a pariah for a minute. Socially in that way and viewed as an outlier in Silicon Valley. But over time, as the Democratic Party has become perceived to be among many quarters in Silicon Valley to be anti-business, anti-innovation, and anti-equality instead of pro-equity, the Silicon Valley gears have been turning and have been considering alternatives, as have a lot of Americans. And now the endorsement by Elon Musk is a big amount of water over the bridge. I mean, that $45 million per month that he has pledged is a devastating amount of money in American politics, even though American politics have all the money. That's a massive amount of money, right? So $50 million a month in the summer is probably what a ticket can hope to achieve, generally speaking, and $45 million from one person per month is going to have a huge weight on the scales.
And what's the major draw for someone like Elon Musk to get behind Trump? Is it his promise to lower income tax the corporate income tax further? Or he seems to also really care about some of those culture war issues, about trans issues, that kind of thing. What's the major draw?
Well, I think the major draw is that if you want to make the case for why, reasonably or rationally, you don't have to agree with it, someone like Elon Musk, someone like a Silicon Valley person might say, why Trump now? Why not Biden or Harris? The focus that the Biden, Obama, perhaps Harris, we don't know yet, line of thinking has been on social issues and not on economic or on political issues or on national or international standing. There seems to be a view that weak makes right. Doesn't mean that strong makes or might makes right. But there's a view that somehow the Biden-Harris world has decided, Obama decided, that if you're weak, you're somehow sanctified and righteous, and that progress means something called equity and not something called growth. And so if that is the worldview, correctly or incorrectly, but if that's the worldview of Obama, Biden, and Harris, then if you're a Silicon Valley person who grew up believing that innovation, effort, sourcing talent from all pools, giving everyone a chance, and then asking them to work really, really darn hard to achieve an impossible thing, and then rewarding them handsomely for that impossible achievement, then you might say, hey, is this future that the Democrats are painting for me, is it really something that I want to sign up for, or is it actually something that is recidivist, revanchist, backwards-looking, regulatory in nature? Is it backwards? Is it un-American? And I think that's their conviction.
Are we seeing a shift here in power in GOP politics, where that party used to try and always woo Wall Street, the financial sector, and now they put on J.D. Vance on the ticket? He's trying to cater to the crypto bros, to the tech scene. Is this a change in power politics?
Well, definitely J.D. Vance will view a difference between Silicon Valley finance and venture capital, which he was, and something called Wall Street, which is like moving money left to right or trading. But certainly, if there's been a change in the Republican Party, it's not Vance, it's not Musk, it's not Thiel, it is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a revolutionary in that party and a revolutionary in American politics, changing the paradigm, whether you like it or not, in American politics. The Republican Party used to be a party of open trade. Now it's a party of closing trade. It used to be a party of anti-tariff. Now it's a party of tariff. It used to be a party of moving people around freely. Now it's purely anti-immigration, at least anti-illegal immigration. It used to be a party of political military intervention. Now it's a party of let's not intervene. So, I mean, everything that you thought was true from Reagan is now patently false in the political Republican Party of today. The entire establishment has surrendered. The entire establishment has capitulated. They've been tossed out, and a new day is brought. They don't even talk about tax very much at the GOP convention, do they? They didn't talk about tax. So, it's anybody's guess. Also, by the way Trump governed or tried to govern as president, it was sort of a jump ball as to what he would believe in the morning versus what he'd believe the next morning. So it's not like there's a through line politically that we can really pin down in today's MAGA Republican Party.
One last question very quickly. The big tech firms, the Apples, the Metas, the Alphabets, they're in the category of their own. Mark Zuckerberg explained that he wasn't going to endorse any candidate, but he did describe Trump as a badass following the failed assassination attempt. How do you interpret that?
Well, the Democratic Party used to like only two sectors of American business. One was Hollywood, which is still pro-Democrat, and one was Silicon Valley, which is still largely Democratic, but has really kind of been lost to the Democrats because the Democrats joined the Republicans in fighting something called big tech or attacking big tech, maybe monopolistic tech. So I think there has been a shift. But I do think you're still going to see most people in Silicon Valley, most people generally focused on trying to support now possibly Harris or perhaps another Democratic candidate in an open convention.
Michael Fertik, you are the founder and managing partner at Heroic Ventures. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us on France 24.
Thank you.
And that's all we have time for, Jeannie.
All right, Charles, thanks so much for that. Michael, thanks to you for coming in. And thanks to you for watching France 24. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be back at the other side with more.